Hello people, so here we are once again back out in the middle of nowhere. There was a manor house up there. Actually I think that is part of it. It went all the way along, but yeah, been here a few times, been coming here for a few months when I can. So I found Saxon stuff, no Saxon coins, but you know, bits of brooch, a couple of bits of brooch and stuff. Found a Roman Cistercius coin in this field here last time I was here. Found another little Roman grot. Found a ring that looks Roman. That's the Cistercius I found last time I was here. You can make out the head on there. I think it might be Marcus Aurelius, but I'm not totally sure. That's pretty cool. Not much on that side. Can just about make out a bit of something in the middle, some sort of Roman god. But yeah, that's the first Roman coin really that I've been able to say is definitely a Roman coin here. But yeah, not far from that is where I found the ring and the disc brooch up there. I'm going to go and have a look down the bottom end of the field because I haven't had a proper look down there much. And there's like a grass strip down the side which they've told me that it's all getting ploughed again in September, so just seeing where it's been seeded, the grass is getting quite long in here now, but hopefully should be alright still. But yeah, let's start having a look and I'll see you at the first interesting find. Right, I'm going to stop and have a cuppa in a minute. Haven't found a lot so far. Just found this, I'm not sure what it is. Looks like some sort of fitting off of something. Two holes like that, might have been fixed to something through those. Not sure, it's probably not that old, but it looks like it could be quite old. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. Cheers. Alright, see you in a bit. Been doing some tricks, flying around, going in loop-de-loop and a few swoops. Sure we'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to wait for my cuppa to cool down. But yeah, not having much joy today, unfortunately. I think I'm going to give up on the ploughed field. I've had more than ever out of there though the last couple of times, so I'm going to go back up into this sort of ridge and furrow field, which is directly behind the manor house, which is up there. Just see the roof of it poking out there. But yeah, hopefully we'll find, you know, just one or two decent things and I'll be happy. And if not, it's good exercise. That's the way I look at it. It's the way you got to look at it really, because you know, you'll give up on this hobby pretty soon if you don't like finding rubbish. Well, no one likes finding rubbish, but I mean, if you know, you got to put up with it. You just got to keep going, and then hopefully you find a few good bits. You know, I've had 2 gold coins over the last 3 years. Also a nice gold ring, which is probably Victorian, possibly early 1900s. Nice gold signet ring. The bloodstone in it with a little motif of a bird with a twig in its mouth. And the first bit of gold I ever found was probably a bit over 3 years ago. It was literally when I first started, when I still had my Garrett machine. Garrett 350 I think it was. My little girl was with me for that as well actually. I found a Victorian watch fob. And it's like a medal looking thing, and it's like silver. And it's got like a gold shield on the front with some initials carved into it. But you know, the gold coins and the gold ring are the 3 best things I've found, I guess. But even some of the silver coins I've found are awesome. Wicked Edward III groat, well, 2 Wicked Edward III groats. My other best hammered coin is probably James I sixpence. That's nice. Nice condition. Edward penny that's quite nice that I found not long ago. What else? A Henry III penny, I think. That's pretty nice condition. It's awesome. From the 1100s. But yeah, I'll stop waffling anyway. I'm going to drink my cuppa, get in that field and find me some treasure. See you in a bit. So that's the manor house just there. That's like the wall that goes along for a bit in that field. The manor house, and then there's basically an old footpath that runs straight along the back, basically where I am now, all the way down here, all the way down this hedgerow, then across that field up to where there was an old building, and all the way up to like the next hamlet basically. But yeah, just here about, I don't know, 8 inches deep. Not totally sure what it is. I mean, it's a bit of lead of some sort. Don't know if that's maybe some sort of pot mend or something. Probably not. It's not. Don't think it's quite right for a pot mend. Could be though. I was hoping it was going to be a deep coin or something. Like I said, this is the old footpath, but you know, there's not a lot on here. I came down here once before and didn't find anything, but I just thought I'd come and have another little look before I go behind the manor house, because I've been in there quite a lot. Yeah, so I'm going to have a look sort of where I think the footpath would have run, and then probably have a little look around there as well. But yeah, big old bit of lead. Some kind of marking there. Don't know if maybe it was some kind of like little mini palm guard maybe. There seems to be an indentation there where it could have been used to sort of push something. The old palm guards normally have a little mark in the centre as well. Not sure though. Cool, let's keep looking. Okay, so I'll just kind of, there's a footpath down there, as far as I know. I kind of wandered just a little bit further over into the field like I said I was going to do. Got this signal. I've actually got it out the hole now. It just came up for that bit of mud. Seems to be a pretty old buckle, I'd say. Well, I'm not sure if that's as old as medieval, although it could be. Or certainly Tudor or Georgian. Definitely looks a bit old, doesn't it? Cool. Likes a bit of buckle, I do. Prefer coins, but you know, nice old buckle like that. Cool. About 4 or 5 inches deep. Oh, better answer my phone, see you in a bit. Now, just literally took a few steps from where I found that other buckle and just found this. I don't know if that's just a little square buckle or what. I've never seen anything quite like that before. Smooth on that side obviously, and then sort of circle patterns around the edge on there. Little bit broken off the corner there. But yeah, never seen anything quite like that. It's quite interesting. Maybe there is some decent stuff in this field after all then. It's probably fairly old. But cool, I'll keep having a look round here then. See you in a bit. Right. Now this could be something and it could be nothing, but it looks potentially interesting. Not very deep. 4 or 5 inches. Not sure if this field's been ploughed or not. Still in the one where I found a couple of buckles. Now, that almost looks like it could be some sort of hammered coin. Or it looks very much like a hammered coin actually, and I may be way jumping to conclusions here. But it almost looks like it could be Saxon. And I've never found a Saxon coin before. So that's just going off like, you know, what I've seen. But, you know, I am really jumping to conclusions because, look, I can't really see anything through that, can I? But that's got to be a hammered coin, hasn't it, at least? So, let's reveal. Please, Lord, let it be something good. I bet it's just going to be a button now, after all that. God, it's pretty... This mud's kind of really caked on there. I need to be really gentle. Oh, I thought there was a shank then. The mud's not coming off very easy. It's a bit of an irony kind of looking. What the hell? It's looking very... Oh, hello! What the hell is that? Ah, I think I know what that is. Wow. So is it a short cross or a voided long cross? Because that looks like it's either one of the early Henrys or something like that, doesn't it? Well, that is awesome. I was not expecting to find that in this field. I mean, that's the best hammered coin I've found on this whole permission, without a doubt. Look at that. Just need to see what's on this other side. It's really quite hard. I should maybe get off the camera and clean it more gently. Just trying to do it with one hand's not that easy. Even if this side's no good, that other side's wicked. Oh no, there's something on it. So that is looking like a voided long cross, which means... I think this will be Henry III. Wow, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, that's looks pretty much better condition than my other, because I found one other Henry III. I actually mentioned it earlier in my ramble. And this is actually... Well, I don't want to clean that too much because I don't want to scratch it and stuff, so... Wow. So yeah, voided long cross, I think that's Henry III. Amazing. Wow, that wasn't even a very good signal. That was kind of a bit squelchy. Just goes to show. It's because it's quite small and you know, at that depth where you're just not quite going to get it, so the signal goes, it kind of jumps between a good signal and a slightly lower signal, if you know what I mean. That is awesome. It's beautiful, look how shiny it is. Bit worn in places, but definitely better portrait on there than my other one. There's a lot more detail you can see in there. That's lovely, isn't it? Wow, I'm over the moon. Shame it's not Saxon, because I haven't found a Saxon coin yet, but you can see what I mean. You know, they do look kind of Saxony, don't they, these early medieval. And to be fair, they're not far off Saxon, are they, really? Sort of 1100s. Similar style. God, that is awesome. Alright. That's definitely changed my view of this field. It's only the second time I've been in here, so... I mean, this must have been ploughed for that to be only sort of 5 inches deep or whatever. Amazing. Right, cool. Let's keep looking. Woohoo, hallelujah. So just over that fence is where I just found the Henry III penny. hammered. That's the old manor house just there, or a part of it. I've just come over the fence into this field. Nothing quite as spectacular as the Henry III, but seems to have one of the littlest crotal bells I've ever seen. Ah, gutted. The loop's broken a bit, but other than that, it looks pretty good. That's definitely the smallest one I've found, I think. Got a nice patina on it. It's actually quite nice. Shame the loop's broken. Bet that'll still ring though, if we clean the mud out. Nice. It's going to be at least a few hundred years old. Can't quite make out the maker's mark on it there, but it's still nice. Cool. Let's keep looking. Alright, just found this. Now it could just be a bit of rubbish, but it reminds me of an old textile seal that I found. The textile seal I found had like writing on it, and it kind of had a bit that went through from the other side, but the way that's folded over, it's kind of the same shape and everything. But obviously I can't see any writing or anything on this. Bit like a bag seal basically, but one that folds over kind of thing. I mean, that might be something totally different, probably is. But yeah, today been more productive than I thought it would be. So this is, I don't know if I've shown you that, don't know what that is. Some old weird sort of button maybe, God knows. And then yeah, obviously that's the only thing there that I didn't find today. I bought the Roman sestertius to show the farmer. That's the only thing that I found last time, but yeah, so all this I found today. So we got that thing I just showed you, this old buckle, a penny. Not sure if that's a bit of a big old Roman coin or something. Bit of lead, lots of bits of weird lead. Oh, bullet. That big old thing, whatever it is. Roman bath plug, maybe. Lovely little crotal bell. Shame the loop's half broke. This is really cool. I like this. Don't know when that's from. That could be really quite old. I just speaking to the farmer's wife, and I've just found out something. And it all makes sense now. Basically, pretty much every field, apart from the field that runs directly behind the manor house, which is still ridge and furrow, pretty much every other field here has been ploughed at some point. But some of them, they're not allowed to plough anymore. And these fields that I'm in now, where I found this Henry III penny, is basically known as the Old Dairy. And this was a heavily used field. But yeah, it's been ploughed, so that makes sense, because obviously my star find of the day. Ta-da! You know, this was only 4 or 5 inches down in this pasture field, so I thought, you know, this must have been ploughed. And the field right over behind me, a few fields over, where I found that bit of Anglo-Saxon cruciform brooch, that was only 4 or 5 inches down as well, and you know, that's been ploughed as well, I just found out. So it all makes sense now, because I've even found Roman coins, you know, not that deep, so I thought they must have been ploughed. Now I know. That is lovely, isn't it? It's going to clean up beautiful. Awesome detail on there. Don't know if that's probably London mint, isn't it? Cool, we'll clean it up in a bit. Lovely though. Made my day. Probably going to call it a day now. I'm going to have a little walk over this field, so if I don't see you again, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you like what you see. See you in a bit.